Hey guys, welcome to the Becca Scoops Live. Thank you for joining me today. It's a Monday Night Live, and I'm so excited. I am like really excited about this live. I've got so much stuff. It's going to be an exciting show. So sit back, get some hot tea, maybe a cold drink, maybe some, I don't know, some alcohol if you do that, popcorn, whatever. Sit back and enjoy this because you guys are going to love this live. I've been working on it. Now, let me start out with some housekeeping. Yesterday, you guys asked about my dog Maisie. It's kind of the mascot of my channel. Yesterday, or on Saturday, Maisie, her right eye got like really bloodshot, and like from where we had no idea. So Sunday morning I end up in a vet ER. If you know, you know. And so I got a little bit, I was working on the sizzle reel. It's almost ready, but that kind of threw me off. And I decided to work on this live because I really wanted, there's so much to go over. So here we are. Welcome, chat. You guys are awesome. When I look this way, as I tell you guys, I'm looking at the chat. I see so many of my favorite people in chat. Thank you for being here. We have some new mods. So thank you guys so much for volunteering to do that. It means so much to me. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get the comments on the screen there. There we go. There we go. We got the comments. And I got some people I want to shout out. Lanky Tor, $1.99 super sticker. Thank you, Lanky. Thank you so much. Forest Friend has gifted 5 Becca Scoops memberships. Wow. Forest Friend, one of our major supporters. I really am humbled by your support, and so many of all of you guys, really. And then main chick Carrie, who's also a mod, $1.99 super sticker. Thank you so much. That means so much to me, you guys. Anyways, I see other people here: Anne Francis, Wims, Lamb Chop, Kathleen Fleck, Millie the Mermaid, Susan Vance, Janice Harper. Wow, it's going fast. Crystal Pistol, of course, one of our mods. Mersey Me, one of our mods. Sabrina Ham just became a new member. Welcome, Sabrina. Welcome to the Becca Scoops family and our truth movement. That's what's going on here. It's all about the truth on this channel. Deborah Lyons, Christy, one of our new mods, Pat's Pajamas. Wow, it's just flying. The chat is just flying as normal. This is like one of the best chats. I'm not being like, conceited here. It's your guys' chat. It's not me. So who else do we got here? Jesse Exis, member for 6 months. Great work, Becca Scoops, and everyone for the truth. Danielle Foreman, $2 super sticker. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you so much. Margaret Thomas Delaney, 99. It's in pounds. So thank you so much. You're overseas somewhere. It must be late there, Margaret. So God bless you for staying up and watching Becca Scoops. The next one, and you guys know how I am about my eyes, but I do have my glasses today, so that's a good thing. It is. Oh, Lala, 999. Thank you so much. She says, thanks, Becca, for everything you do. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. And Barry in Bed, another one of our major supporters. Hit the like for the truth movement. Yes, please do. You guys, if you haven't, hit the like button. Do it. Let's get this live out in the algorithm so more people can join the truth movement, right? Okay, who else do we have? Rachel, $4.99 super sticker. Rachel, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Christy Ortiz has become a new member. Welcome, Christy. Welcome. I knew a lot of Ortizes. That's a long story, but welcome, Christy. Michelle, I can't see your last name. Michelle, I'm going to say Michelle N. We're $4.99 pound super sticker. Another one that's overseas supporting the channel. Thank you so much. And here goes the glasses. Nurse Nurse Sherry. Nurse Sherry, thank you so much for the $1.99 super sticker. All right, guys, let's go ahead and we've got some more people here. Hold on. Let's do a few more. Donna, crazy cat lady, $2 looking radiant Becca. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Pat's pajama, $10. Finally, I made it on time. You did. I made it on time too. I never know. Looking forward to this live, Becca. You are a rock star. Oh, thank you. You guys are the rock stars. I'm just your humble servant, as you know. Bonnie Cruz, $1.99. Jip manipulated a disabled man. She surely did. She surely did. And that's part of the truth movement. Thanks, Bonnie. And homicidal hamster. Oh my God. That is got to be the best name, right? 5-pound super sticker. Another one of our international followers. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for the super sticker, homicidal hamster. You rock with that. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put a pin in it. Well, let me just get a few more of these. Kimmy Talks Finance, $19.99 super sticker. Kimmy Talks Finance. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's very generous. Janae Annette, $2.99 super sticker. Thank you, Janae. Thank you so much. That's wonderful. And Aries Athena, $5. I have secondhand embarrassment for her thinking it's normal or okay to edit her own wiki page, right? I mean, secondhand embarrassment, third-hand embarrassment for sure. What a mess. And she probably got the idea from Chat GPT. I think it's all about that with them. Everything you got to put through the AI machine to get the correct answer in their minds. Or they use it just to know what to say. They can't come up with their own dialogue, so they have to go to AI to teach them what to say. It's really ridiculous. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead now and we'll get back to some of you people that are so generous and your comments and everything as we go through the live stream. We're going to go ahead and start the first half of this. And well, we've got a lot to talk about, don't we? So I'm going to go ahead and let me bring up something kind of innocuous. Let me start with that because we're going to get into some heavy subjects here. All right. But I want to start out with something light before we get to the heavy stuff. So you guys may or may not have seen this. Gypsy. Okay. I don't even know how to preface it. Let's just say she went shopping and she has a problem. So let me go ahead and let Gypsy tell you about her problem shopping today.
People just stop being. Anybody relate to trying to find jeans when you are like a size 2 and you're 4'11"? Like, oh my God, this is so annoying. You stand here forever and you're just like going through this and you're looking for.
Did you hear what she said? Oh, it's so annoying and you're size 2 and you're trying to find clothes. So hard. I'm so petite and feminine and so little. You know, I'm such a tiny little thing. I mean, I can't even find size 2. What am I going to do? I'm a size 2. Get the hell out of here, Gypsy, with this nonsense, with this bullshit. No one likes this. No one likes this kind of bullshit. Okay? It's arrogant, it's haughty, it's ridiculous. Okay? You know what? You're not a size 2. So just stop that. All right? Just stop it. She says a few other things here.
The short, and then you go up because it's just like the sizes go bigger as you go down, the sizes go smaller as you go up, and then it's like people just stop being short at a size 4. Like, what?
I can't. I mean, seriously. Oh, you guys. And she's like thinking to herself, she's out shopping. I think she should be banned from wherever she's at. I'm sure she is stealing stuff from that store. I think it might be Walmart, right? I mean, she's stolen stuff from Hobby Lobby, Walmart. I mean, everywhere. We know that, right? anyways, she's at the Walmart, right? And she's walking around and she thinks to herself, you know what? You know what? I'm going to go ahead and make a little quick video about how I'm a size 2. I mean, are you fucking tone deaf? What is your point? What is your point? I'm so cute. I'm so size 2. I mean, it's just all right. So, yeah. All right. Hello Starlight's here. I guess we can start. Thank you for showing up. Hello Starlight. I'm just joking. All right. I got a few people backstage here, and usually I don't have like a panel recently just because there's so much to cover. But part of what is happening has to do with Gypsy trying to stifle people's free speech, right? And apparently free speech in a private Facebook group that's been around for 10 effing years. All right. With almost 90,000 members. Yeah, it's an anti-gypsy group. It is. But you know what? America, right? It's America. People can say shit. People can have private groups, you know, and shame on Facebook because I'm going to have these people, I'm going to go ahead and interview them. And we do have a sound clip. So I'm going to go ahead and bring them up. We're going to go ahead and start with this. And trust me, we're going to be here for a couple hours because I got a lot of stuff to go over, a lot of exciting stuff. So let me go ahead and bring them up. They're wanting to stay anonymous. So, okay. Hey, V, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thanks for being here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play the audio clip that we listened to yesterday. For those of you that don't know, V emailed me yesterday and she said that V, you've got to turn off the sound of the program.
Okay, I don't have anything going.
Okay. Are you okay? Let me hear now. Yeah. So you have to mute our show on YouTube. Does that make sense? If you're open on YouTube, mute it. You'll still hear me.
No, nothing's open.
Okay.
Everything's dead quiet in my house.
Okay, I think it's okay now. No, there's a little, that's weird. So I'm hearing myself. See, I'm hearing myself. Somewhere are you sure you don't, you're in you're in the StreamYard, but you're not, are you on YouTube too?
Nope.
Well, that's weird. Are you on a phone?
Nope, on my laptop.
Yeah, this didn't happen yesterday. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you down. I want you to come back through StreamYard, okay? Okay? You can figure out you understand. Okay, thank you. All right, hopefully we'll be able to get her back and I'll be able to talk to her. While she's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and play the audio clip. This is Gypsy taking credit, being just gushing about this Facebook group that she got taken down.
Hate groups on Facebook. It had almost 90,000 followers and it had been active for over a decade.
Over a fucking decade. Gone pecan. There's a couple of people on TikTok who were members there, and I saw it.
Yeah, that was me. I take full credit. Also, I want to give credit to my buds that got me screenshots. So, thank you guys.
Literally will always do it. Sing it for someone. Gypsy Rose Blanchard is guilty and great actress who should have gotten life. And there's a couple of people on this app who are members there.
So basically, that's it. You guys get the flavor of it. She says she takes full credit for getting it she's so excited, like, she's like, so excited for stifling free speech, kind of like, I don't know, Hitler, Stalin, Chairman Mao. I don't know. It's kind of that flavor for me. Oh, good for you, Gypsy. You took down a private Facebook group. I mean, I get it. They weren't for you, but let it go. This is America. People have a right to say what they want to say. They just do. Okay, let me see if V has come back. She isn't back yet. Anyways, I spoke with V yesterday. We kind of had a pre-interview, and at that point, they had gotten the Facebook. They had gotten it back, so they had appealed it. You guys, 90,000 followers of this one private group. It was one of the first groups criticizing Gypsy on Facebook, and 90,000. That's a lot of people, right? That's a lot of people. So they had gotten it back. They had appealed it. And so her and I were talking, yesterday, and it wasn't like an hour after we, ended our conversation that I get another email. Oh, she's taking it down again. See, I don't get this. I don't get how she thinks that's right. Do you know what I mean? I get she doesn't like it. No one likes it when people talk crap about them, but it's a private group. It's not even like a reporter publishing articles. It's a private group. And let me see. V is back. Hopefully we've got the audio worked out. Okay. Hey, V, how are you?
Good. Does everything sound better?
I think so. Yes, we're good. Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay. So, I was just telling the chat that what happened. So when we spoke yesterday, you had gotten the group back, right? So
Yes.
can you tell us a little bit about when this started, when you first got banned, what kind of notification did Facebook give you? Any background to the story? I appreciate it.
So the group's actually been around for 13 years.
Oh
so
my
it's
God.
been here from the very, very beginning. And basically what it was, on Tuesday last week, we received emails from Facebook stating that our group had been reported for harassment, threatening, and spreading lies and bullying, and promoting scams, apparently.
What? Promoting scams? It's so weird because it's a private group, right? It's private. It's so weird. Okay.
Yeah, we purposely made sure it was a private group and not public, so we could filter who was coming into the group.
Right. And kind of what you were telling me yesterday is that you guys have been very on top of what gets posted, right? Why don't you tell me a little bit about what gets posted there and what doesn't get posted,
So there's a lot of things from TikTok that people like to share. The other moderators and myself were very vigilant with it. Posts a video or different things. We do our research before we even approve anything that gets posted to the group. And if a member posts something and it is approved, if they go back and try and edit that post, it gets sent back to us for us to reapprove. So we've been very vigilant on making sure that anything that's posted is nothing but the truth, no speculation, no nothing. And if it is, we do make members rephrase to add speculation or allegedly to avoid all of this.
Yeah. And so, guys, when she told me all that it wasn't just like a free for all in there, like anyone could post. And so you might get stuff that's posted that's not good stuff, right? I mean, even with Gypsy, we just want to spread the truth. We don't want to put out, lies or, even bullying stuff. No, of course, there's satire. There's stuff that we can make fun a little bit, like we see over in the GRB Reddit snark page. There's some things that's just part of Gypsy, deciding that she wanted to be this, well-known public figure. That's what happens. It happens to everyone that becomes famous. So V, then yesterday, well, then tell me about you appealed it, right? What is that process like over on Facebook? Is it just a click? Do you have to say, do you guys have to write something why you believe that it was wrong to take the page down? What is that process?
So you do have to appeal it. There's emails that get sent back and forth. Excuse me. And basically they tell you that they've got to go through the page and see if all of the claims that are made for the reporting are true. And
Okay.
that took almost a week, which is why we got the group back yesterday. And then at 7:15 p.m., the group was once again suspended for another reporting on the exact same basis.
Wow. So she cut out there a little bit. Your audio cut out. V, can you hear me?
Hear you.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, you cut out there for a minute. So basically, what happened is the same thing. Whoever, and of course, Gypsy or one of her cult members have again went ahead and they filed the same thing, right? Bullying, harassment, blah 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 blah. Same basis, right?
Yes, and that we are bullying.
Okay. I don't know how you're bullying her when it's a private group. Now, let me just say this, and I told this to V in an email that previously I had worked for a company, a media outlet that had over 2 million followers on Facebook. And so I know a little bit about it. I wasn't running the media outlet, but we did have times where things, people would report and stuff like that. And Facebook is super, I don't know, almost anti-free speech in a lot of ways. So you have to be, it's not good. So I'm not surprised that they're entertaining this at all, but I'm hoping that, of course, you've appealed again, and we're hoping that you'll get it back. Now, I want to mention, you guys will be seeing in the chat, Nightbot is putting up a link to their backup account. So if you guys want to be a part of helping them out, go ahead and click on that link, and that will take you to their new backup account on Facebook. Is that still up, V, the backup account?
That is up, and I did get some information because I dove a little deep on, we'd spoken about what I renamed this new page,
Right.
and it's Gypsy shouldn't have a life after lockup.
Okay.
And Facebook said that given the fact that we only used the first name and we did not use her full entire name, they did not view that as anything threatening in any type of manner.
Oh, good. Okay, great. So if you guys want to, you'll see the link will come up in the chat periodically. That is what that link is to. It's to their new group that they're trying to build now. And hopefully they'll get the 90,000 page back. Is there anything else you want to add, V? Anything else you'd like to tell the chat?
Well, one thing I'm pretty sure I can speak to you, Becca, with this is thank you so much for being a voice for the voiceless. And what you're doing is absolutely amazing.
Oh, well, thank you. I don't know what to say. I get kind of weird when people say stuff like that, but thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. And I appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate you guys over there also in the truth movement. We all are doing what we can to get the word out and to correct the record when it comes to Gypsy Rose Blanchard. So V, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Hopefully I will bring you back when the page gets back up, right? Let's do that. Let's set a date and say, if the page gets back up, you're coming back on Becca Scoops and we can celebrate together. How does that sound?
Look forward to it. And to everyone who wants to send a request to it, just make sure you answer the questions, because anyone not answering the security questions, we will automatically decline.
All right, great tip there. So you guys make sure you answer the questions if you want to be a part of the group. I'm going to join the group to support. So you guys get over there when you can and be a member of their new Facebook group. All right, V, thank you so much. We'll be in touch. I appreciate you taking the time to come up on my live. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Becca.
All right,
Bye.
bye-bye. All right, guys. So that is that. All right. That is that. That is what's going on. This is what she's doing. Now, why is she doing it? Why all of a sudden is Gypsy running rampant in what she calls Operation Cockroach? We call our Operation Raid, right? She's Operation Cockroach. All right. So I wanted to, since we're in that theme, I wanted to take some time to go through a few things. Okay. And so here we go. Two things about this that I want to bring up. There's two different topics here. One is Gypsy, thanks to Barb from Straight Outta Context, she is wearing a crown of thorns in Jesus Christ crown of thorns necklace. Now, you know how she compared herself to Christ. This is her new theme that's going on now. It's really, really disgusting. All right. Now, the next thing that she's been up to, and this is where I got down a little rabbit hole, but this is going to be a perfect illustration for why the lies got out in the first place about Gypsy Rose. Now, Gypsy Rose is trying to nuzzle up, canoodle with Amanda Knox. You all know who Amanda Knox is, right? She is the woman who was in an Italian prison for murder for many years, and it got overturned. She's an American, and she came back. And Amanda Knox has, got a pretty significant following, I guess. She's very well known. There's been very many documentaries made about Amanda Knox. And so Gypsy is up in her comment section. You'll see the two red circles there. In one, Amanda was getting, it says, Amanda says, Catalyst of Change Award from the Washington Innocence Project. I won't shut up. This is Amanda talking. I won't shut up as long as there are still innocent people stuck in prison. Well, I don't know why Gypsy wants to canoodle up to Amanda Knox. Gypsy was never stuck in prison, and she was guilty of sin. So I don't know what this is about, but Gypsy feels like Amanda could be a supporter of hers, I guess, right? And so she writes, so happy for you. So Gypsy's writing, so happy for you that you got this Catalyst of Change Award from the Washington Innocent Project. And then in another comment, because Gypsy can't just leave one comment, we all know that, she comments on picture of Amanda Knox's two children and writes, so adorable. Okay. All right. So you see that, right? But that's not all. I'm getting to the rabbit hole. That's not all that went on here. Okay. See there on the very top left-hand side, it says Gypsy Rose Insta. And there's a link there, right? So Gypsy is posting this link along to the Amanda Knox with the Amanda Knox people. So she's trying to get the Amanda Knox people. I think she also posted it on her own Instagram also. And what was the link to? Well, you see the red arrow there takes you to the title of the article Gypsy was wanting everyone to go look at. And the title of that article is Amanda Knox says Gypsy Rose Blanchard is not free yet. And her mother had it coming following years of abuse. This is an article from around January 13th, 2024. So just a few weeks after Gypsy gets out of prison, when Gypsy is in her honeymoon period with the public, right? At this point, if you look over on TikTok at this point, people are saying, oh, Gypsy Rose, they're fawning over her. Oh, Slay Queen, you got it going. Gypsy Rose, the D is fire. This is that time period before a lot of people did research into Gypsy Rose. So that's when Amanda Knox, I guess, wrote this article. And even at that point, for Amanda to say Dee Dee had it coming, I don't know, that's pretty bad. And I've put some comments to that article where people were not supporting Amanda Knox in this. The first one, Knox is nuts. No mother deserves to be stabbed to death by her adult child because she was a bad parent. The kid could have left home. I too had an abusive parent who I did not murder, but instead moved away to attend college. Upon graduation, I gained employment and stayed away from my bad parent. I'm concerned to know a deranged killer is loose. That comment by Jose Jimenez had the most likes. Okay. So even then, people, even though they didn't know everything that we know about Gypsy, didn't like this whole thing about, Dee Dee had it coming. That's what Amanda Knox said. And Gypsy liked it so much, she wants everyone to read this article by Amanda Knox. All right. The next comment, some of these comments are pretty good. Gypsy should have kept her mouth shut. She and her husband are acting. Remember, this is when she's with Ryan. She and her husband are acting like a circus sideshow, telling all their personal business. Gotta say, I think she has a love for the hustle, just like her mother taught her. Next one, the mother was a monster. Now remember, this is before, right? I keep saying that, but you got to understand the mindset. The mother was a monster, but Gypsy knew all along she could walk, but she went along with the lie. I think they both enjoyed the con, and when Gypsy decided she had had enough, she jumped on the internet, found a sucker, and put him to use. She could have gone to the cops, the press, anyone, and told the truth, but instead killed the mother in her sleep. It was her idea, her plan. It was premeditated, and as long as the killer is locked up, she should be too. All right. There's one more comment there I'm going to skip just for time, just because I want to get to everything I want to get to. But now you understand this. Now we're going to get to the rabbit hole. And this is an example, you guys. What I'm about to show you is an example of why this whole thing about Dee Dee and Gypsy's narrative is built on a house of cards. Total house of cards. All right. I want you guys to look at the very top left. That is the article I was just quoting. This article, right? Now, I noticed when I read the article, there was a paragraph that follow the red arrow to the right. In that article, it stated, experts believe Dee Dee Blanchard had Munchausen syndrome by proxy, a psychological illness in which she projected fake illnesses onto her daughter in an effort to receive attention or material items out of sympathy for the victim. As you guys see, the highlighted portion is a link, right? So I was like, oh, there's a link to, because you got to understand, and I know you guys are smart. People that follow my channel are very smart. I know, I read all the comments. So the link here says, believe Dee Dee Blanchard had experts believe. So I'm like, great. I'm going to find out from this link how this journalist can quote this. Experts believe, right? So obviously this journalist is linking to the experts, right? To prove the case, because you can't, unless, if there wasn't experts, she would have to write allegedly experts believe. But no, they're not saying that. They're saying this as a fact. And when you write something as a fact, when you're writing articles like I did for 8 years, you better back it up with facts. You better have those links ready, and you know what I'm saying? You have to. That's proper journalism. All right. And so I clicked on the link and it took me to this next article with the arrow down. Gypsy Rose Blanchard says murdering Mom Claudine was the only way out of her abuse. And I'm like, great. Now, in this article, I should be able to find why that journalist was able to state that Dee Dee had Munchausen syndrome by proxy as a fact. It better be in this article because that's why she's linking it. And guess what? I know you guys can guess. I know you guys can guess. There was nothing. All there was this, follow the next red arrow to where you see that little released part right there. This is all it said. Munchausen by proxy syndrome is a psychological disorder in which parents exaggerate or make up an illness of their children for attention and sympathy. And then you see the picture of Gypsy's book. That's it? That's it? Where's the experts? This is smoke and mirrors. This is bad journalism. This is house of cards falling down. I'm using this as an example because this is what got me in the beginning of covering this case. This is partly why I went nuts after I started looking into this stuff, because I would follow the links and I'm like, well, these are journalists. This is the New York Post. The New York Post. They're stating things and it's bullshit. And it's sloppy and it's lazy. And it's bad journalism. And this is how this whole thing got spread. This is how everyone thinks Dee Dee had Munchausen, Gypsy's a victim, because these journalists ran with it. They didn't do their due diligence. Maybe they saw the Hulu, the act. Maybe they saw Mommy, Dead, and Dearest. And they just thought, well, you know what? I don't have time to really go find out. That's their job. Why did I have to do their job? I didn't go to college for journalism, but I know how it works because I worked writing articles for 8 years. So I know how it works. I know what you can do and what you can't do. And so this is how, you guys, this stuff happened. This is how it happened. Because one of these journalists, New York Post, Washington Post, CNN, ABC, NBC, somebody should have said, well, who are the experts? Let me go find out who those experts are. And what a story it is, right? The story that we have now. Little us. We're not journalists, right? We're just YouTube content creators. And we have you guys who are out on the internet. You're the ones that are really making this blow up. Not me, you guys. I'm only one person. It's you guys that are doing it. You're taking the information and you're saying, no. And you're on, YouTube, you're on TikTok, you're on X, wherever you guys are on social media, you're saying, no, this isn't true. In fact, this isn't true. Did you know? And so this is a big deal. And this is just one example. This is just one example. There's hundreds of examples I could show you that I found, but I wanted to show you how it works so you guys understand, wow, there really isn't the New York Post didn't do their due diligence. They're just one. I mean, these are major, media outlets. This isn't some fly-by-night, content creator. This isn't the New York Post, right? All right. How you guys doing? All right. So let me get to, and I'm going to get to your guys's, I will get to you guys, the comments and all that. Believe me, we will take a break in a minute and I will get to all of that. So bear with me. The next bit of information. We're going to switch gears here just a little bit, but kind of on the same theme. Has to do with, remember, well, let me just play the video clip. We heard this last live stream, but I have found out some more information and I'm going to share it with you.
I think that's like, if people don't want to, if people still want to believe that just because I have microdeletion, and I had that diagnosed in 2012, if people
11, girl, 2011, girl.
No, okay, whatever,
You see?
around that time. If people want to still stick to that, that's their opinion. But at the end of the day, those same documents that they're citing to prove their point, those same documents was reviewed by the judge, reviewed by all the court system that my case went through. So they're not cracking some kind of case that has already been reviewed, if that makes sense.
Okay, so what does Gypsy say there? What she says there is, you know what? You guys aren't cracking any case. My documents, my medical records, everything about me was reviewed by the judge and everybody in the court, everybody. So what are you guys talking about? What are you guys talking about? Well, that's a lie. That's a lie. Let me show you the new stuff that somebody sent me today. This was part of Nick's FOIA, I believe. This is part of it, part of his appeal. And here, my header there says, proof no judge nor Nick's attorneys ever saw her medical records or other important documents. And so what it says here is, Prosecutor Dan Patterson denied the defense the opportunity to introduce critical exculpatory evidence, which in turn denied petitioner, that would be Nick, a fair trial by willfully suppressing and excluding key exculpatory evidence. This included, but was not limited to, the following. If you go down to the very last highlighted portion, you see there it says medical records and psychological history of the co-defendant. That's Gypsy. So Gypsy's medical records and any psychological evaluations or history of her were not seen by anybody but her defense attorneys and Dan Patterson. And I doubt Patterson even looked at it. But what didn't they allow? Well, nobody else was allowed to see them. Okay. And the judge ruled on this and said, no, nobody can see them. The judge didn't look at them. It was just, no, he decided for whatever reason that, yeah, we're going to leave that stuff out. Okay. Which could have impeached, and this is what they're alleging, Nick's attorneys, which could have impeached her credibility. I think that's true. Those medical records do impeach her credibility, right? And supported a defense theory of manipulation, premeditation, and willful deception. So no, Gypsy. No, not everybody saw them. Nope, that's not true. They weren't allowed to see them. Okay, they weren't allowed to see them. So it had nothing to do with you getting your plea deal. Nick's attorney wasn't allowed to see your medical records either. Isn't that kind of shocking? I mean, because if they could have seen them, and if he had like super good attorneys and like $1 million attorneys that would have done the research that all of us have done out here, all of us have done, man, they could have impeached her credibility so fast during that trial. Yeah, that is pretty shocking to me. That is pretty shocking. So there you go. Gypsy telling untruths again to try to make people believe her narrative. And she has to lie to get people to believe her narrative. She can't tell the truth because we know what the truth is, and it makes her look like a little murdering gremlin. So no, she can't, right? Okay. All right, guys, we're going to get to, so in the same flavor, well, let me see. Should I do that next? Let me see. Maybe it gets so heavy. Well, you know what? I'm going to change it up a minute because I don't want to just go heavy, 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 heavy. You know what I mean? With stuff, because I got some more heavy stuff to share. But for a little palate cleanser, I want you guys to take a listen and a look at this video clip of this content creator named Anna Templeton. Now, she has 34,000 followers, and I was sent her video. And while I sat at the vet ER on Sunday morning, I listened and watched it. And I have a clip because she is, well, you'll see. She's wonderful. She's beautiful too, but she's smart, intelligent, and she knows what the truth is. And something she said in her video about this case is something I really hadn't considered. So here's a clip of it in the description box if you want to go, and I encourage you to give it views. The more views other content creators get with this type of with the Gypsy Rose content, it's only going to make other content creators take a look at it. So please, not now, after the live stream, go in my description box and you will find the link to Anna Templeton's video. Here's a clip of that.
Exploitation that Nick Godejohn had faced at the hands of Gypsy Rose, she turns around and she shoots her mother with the BB gun. Now obviously this isn't going to kill her because it's a freaking BB gun, but it does leave a bruise, it'll leave a mark. These things are quite painful. And whilst it didn't have a huge injury, it had a huge impact because she made a point to her mother that she wasn't this terrified, innocent little girl. It was like two people battling in this toxic power struggle. It shows that Gypsy could be violent, Gypsy could be aggressive, and Gypsy could shout and scream at her mother, which was heard many times by neighbours. People were actually uncomfortable sometimes when they heard how Gypsy spoke to her mother. Does that sound like someone who's scared of repercussions? Does that sound like someone who is terrified? I don't think so. But most importantly, this whole angle, this shows that Gypsy didn't just snap when it came to the murder. She has always had this little violent streak. And I mean, we know she didn't just snap when it came to the murder because it was premeditated for frickin' months in advance. But this just shows that Gypsy wasn't as scared of her mother's consequences as she made out to be. But back to my point, just in case you were like, Anna, where is the point? Here it comes. In Gypsy's own memoir that she has written, she would reference the BB gun incident. She says that she thought her mother was scared of her and that her mother also had realised baby could be violent. Honey and baby were equals. Okay. Interesting, Gypsy. Interesting. And of course then we have the claims that Gypsy didn't know they were scamming money, didn't realise that they were getting all these free trips through scams regarding her health. But this isn't true. And it's very clear that she did know this because a year into talking to Nick, a year into that relationship, she told him that they were running scams, that they were scamming money, that she was in this wheelchair, that she was pretending to have leukemia to get money, and that she could actually walk and she could talk absolutely fine. This again proves that she was complicit. She knew what they were up to. She knew that they were...
Just going to pause it there for a minute because the part that got me when I was sitting in the vet ER and I had kind of went over it again. And I know we've all heard this before, but I think I never really considered it until I heard the way she put it. And that was the whole incident with Gypsy shooting her mom with the BB gun, right? And how they had become equals, how Gypsy writes in her memoir that now they had become equals, right? And when you think about abuse victims, real abuse victims, kids that have been horrendously, psychologically, physically, and Gypsy claims medically abused by a parent, they don't become equals. You know, they are, and Gypsy's narrative has always been that she was so scared of her mom and that her mom was gonna, in essence, kill her. So she had to kill her mom first, right? But Gypsy picks up this BB gun. And then after that point, what does Dee Dee do? What does Dee Dee do? Dee Dee covers for her. And Dee Dee at that point, and I know that we've all talked about this, that Dee Dee had to have been extremely scared of Gypsy then at that point. Think about it. Your own child, your adult child picks up a BB gun and pumps 10 rounds into you. And yeah, it's not going to kill you, but BB guns, that hurts. It's not nice. It's not fun. But Dee Dee covered for her. And the balance of power, I think, that Gypsy claims that she was, not equal with her mom, then she claims she is equal with her mom, right? Now, at that point, when your mother covers for you, why aren't you leaving then? Obviously, your mother's not supposedly doing anything to you. She's covering for you. You talk about it, that your mother was scared of you then at that point, right? That Honey, the name for her mom, had, realized that baby could be violent. It's just an interesting slip that Gypsy does in her memoir. Now, we know she's rewriting her memoir with her faulty memories. It's crazy, right? I don't know what I'm talking about. I have PTSD and my memory is so bad, but oh, by the way, I'm rewriting my memoir. So anyways, yeah, I really enjoyed this video. There were a few things, not major things that she got wrong. They weren't major though. You know what I mean? But basically, she's beautiful. She's easy to look at, and she's intelligent. Love the accent, and 34,000 followers, and she's on board. She's on board the truth train. Anna Templeton. So shout out to Anna Templeton. Thank you. And I'm sure a lot of you have already seen it, but if you haven't seen it, give it a watch. I would love to see that video get a lot of numbers for her, and maybe she'll do a follow-up. Maybe we can get her on the truth train full time. I'd love that. I'd love that for us. So there's Anna Templeton. Thank you. Thank you, Anna. Great video. All right. I'm going to switch back now to going over some of this stuff, this expert stuff. Now, I want to explain why this is the crux of the case. If Gypsy if there were no experts, not really, right? We hear about these experts. I showed you how the mainstream media did a shitty job, a horrible, sloppy job. That was just one example, but they're all like that. You cannot find anywhere in an article on the mainstream where they name a legitimate expert. And when I say legitimate expert, I'm talking about somebody that actually consumed Gypsy's medical records at length, studied them, and then said, yes, this is a case of Munchausen by proxy. A week ago or whenever, Bree was on a live, and I'll bring up that clip in a minute. We're going to go over it again, and again, because she stupidly read from Mike Stanfield, Gypsy's attorney's notes. Gypsy gave Bree Mike Stanfield's notes from the case. And what happened was Stanfield is writing in his notes, I don't know where, he's considering the battered spouse syndrome. He doesn't exactly name that, but he talks about it, around it. And let me just bring that video clip up because it's important for the point I'm going to make about these experts. And once you understand this fully understand this point, you are going to be on fire to tell people about this. I know you guys are already on fire to tell people about this case, but I'm saying this is like the point, because people will say, well, there's experts that said, and that's what they say. Well, experts said she had it. Experts said Gypsy was medically abused. The experts, right? And that's what the mainstream media goes by. Well, experts said, right? Okay. So let me get that clip. I think this
training credentials to potentially help.
Okay, here Bree is, and I apologize. I know it's difficult to hear her, okay? But we're going to do it again. I played this before, but I want to show you something else that I found out, and I need to use this video as a preface to build on this video to make my point.
Psychological evaluation to determine these are the medical records. These are records that Becca Scoops doesn't have. I need a neuropsychological evaluation.
Again, this is Mike Stanfield writing. He's saying, I need a psychological expert, okay?
To determine what the effects are on Gypsy from all of this. I need someone with training credentials to potentially help to understand what this defense will have to be. He does not even understand what it will be called because it's so unique.
Bree wrongly celebrates this fact that it's not that it's unique, it's that there isn't a defense for it, okay? This is not a good case. He needs somebody, he needs an expert to back him up. That's what he's writing here.
Because frankly, the scenario is extremely unique. You need to understand people and not try to twist their words or twist what was happening. You're not a lawyer. Becca Scoops, you're not even a nurse anymore, but anyways. I have spoken with Pat and Chelsea, and they both tell me that Dr. Fabian is excellent. I spoke with Dr. Fabian for about an hour and gave him the same information that I listed above.
So now Mike is saying that he called Dr. Fabian. This would be the expert that Mike Stanfield was going to hire to look at Gypsy Rose's medical records so that he could prove, if they went to trial, that he could prove that Dee Dee had Munchausen, because obviously a jury is not going to just say, oh yeah, she had Munchausen, if they don't have an expert take the stand and tell the jury, I've evaluated all of these medical records, and based on my professional opinion, this woman, Claudinia Blanchard, had Munchausen by proxy. That's what Dr. Fabian was going to be hired to do.
He even believes that this case is very unique and that it will take a considerable amount of workup, being that there are so many medical records. Dr. Fabian's evaluation testimony. God, this stuff on here is brown stuff. Let me kind of scrape it off. Okay, I'm about to skip the part. As Dr. Fabian, the state. Wait, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. The state has sufficient evidence. However, okay. The state has sufficient evidence. However, her psychological and physical trauma growing up is so marked and so all-encompassing. I believe that Dr. Fabian could help me get to the defense that I need, that I frankly am not at minimum. What is spilled on this? And that I'm not at minimum able to find a parallel with what I have found. I don't understand that. I think he means with the.
Yeah, I know you don't understand that. What he's saying is that Mike Stanfield's saying, frankly, I can't find a case like this anywhere. I can't find a parallel case. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Okay. So he wanted to hire Dr. Fabian. Dr. Fabian was going to be the expert that looked at all the records and said that Dee Dee had Munchausen. All right. Okay. She just read it. You just heard it from Gypsy's own cult. Okay. Notes from the attorney. All right. Now, did that happen? Did that happen? I know I've gone over this before, but I have to show you this before I show you the next part. Okay.
Pretty busy caseload, and Munchausen case, it is extremely rare. With that said, though, once Mike had contacted me, about this.
Okay, so he's saying once Mike Stanfield, Gypsy's attorney, had contacted me, and of course, this is Dr. Fabian.
Situation, I have a pretty busy caseload, and I said, Mike, I'm going to get to it. And probably 3 months later, I called him and said, hey, we're ready. And he said, oh my God, we just came up with a plea deal. You won't believe this. And, it was somewhere around I think 10 years. And he said, we had to take it. He told me about it. Meanwhile, he did send me the records, which I had started to review. And I've also
He sent me the records that I started to review. Did he continue to review them? No, he was never hired. Why would he continue to review them? He wouldn't. He wasn't going to get paid. This is the expert. And then guess what the other thing he's going to say here that he bases his opinion on when he goes on like News Nation and all these other bullshit shows. Here's what he says, you know, the other information that he got that influenced his opinion.
Admittedly, you know, seen some of these, you know, Gypsy Rose specials, and had looked at some of the discovery, and I was aware of the medical history of her, or what was, I would say, in much part fabricated by the mother. And
so that's it. That's it. And as he says later in the interview, he did speak with Gypsy. Lifetime hired him to speak with Gypsy, and he spoke with her for no more than 30 minutes, between 15 and 30 minutes. That's the extent of his research. That's one expert. Okay. So who are the experts? So if you go Google it, here's what it says. Okay. Here's what it says. Dr. Fabian. I just showed you who Dr. Fabian is. Top up here, it says, this is like if you're searching, you know, who are the experts that claimed Gypsy was medically abused? Who are the experts that claimed Dee Dee had Munchausen by proxy? Because I want to know who those people are, because I'm pretty sure there aren't any based on my research over the last 2 years. And here's what it says. Multiple experts and doctors have examined Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Really? That's interesting. And reviewed her case both before and after the murder of her mother, Dee Dee. Okay, so now they're going to name those experts. Dr. Fabian. I just showed you who Dr. Fabian was. The next one is Dr. John Mathias. Dr. John Mathias, Hidden True Crime. I've had him in my videos. Mathias says he didn't think that Dee Dee had Munchausen. Mathias says that based on what he researched, it doesn't look like she fit the criteria. Okay, so that's Mathias down. Who's the next one? Dr. Mark Feldman. Oh, Dr. Mark Feldman. Okay, I know all about Dr. Mark Feldman. So let's go ahead and take a look at Dr. Mark Feldman, because I really want to get down to who it was that said who this whole case is based on. Who is the expert? I need to know. All right. So Dr. Mark Feldman, hold on here. The first we know about Dr. Mark Feldman is June 19th, 2015. Dr. Mark Feldman, this is right after, right? Dee Dee's murdered on June 10th. This is 9 days later. 9 days later, and this is from Megan Pack's Thought Catalog. This was a blog that was following the crime in real time. Okay? And Megan writes, this morning, I conducted an interview with international expert in factitious disorder, Munchausen syndrome, Munchausen by proxy, and malingering, Dr. Mark D. Feldman, author of the book, blah, 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 blah. All right. Dr. Feldman said he became aware of the story possibly being connected to Munchausen by proxy. Now listen to this part. But initially, this is only 9 days later, initially dismissed it. No way he could have seen anything in this case yet. It's 9 days after the crime. Nobody has contacted him. How do we know? Because we have Mike Stanfield's notes, and he was going with Dr. Fabian. Okay. So this is what Dr. Feldman said, just looking as we would look on the internet, okay? But initially, he dismissed it. He didn't think it would be Munchausen, as Munchausen by proxy is not often connected to murder. He also mentioned that Gypsy's appearance convinced him that she was probably actually sick and or disabled. And then Megan writes, as many of us did. Then she also says, When I reached out to him, he looked at the case and has now been able to add his expertise to the situation. Hold on, I gotta. Oh, hold on. Oh, here it is. Sorry. Okay. Feldman believes that Dee Dee Blanchard most likely had Munchausen by proxy disorder and malingering by proxy. In the past, these two were not often diagnosed together, as the distinction between them is whether the gain for money or attention sympathy. However, a subject's desire for these things can wax and wane, resulting in both disorders. Now, I want to bring your attention to the first paragraph that I read. He also mentioned that Gypsy's appearance convict him that she was probably actually sick. And then what does he assume? He assumed she was not. He assumed, based on the news reporting, that Gypsy was 100% healthy. And so when Dr. Feldman assumes, based on the mainstream media reporting that I just showed you how that goes, that Gypsy was 100% healthy, he was like, oh, okay. Okay, so she's 100% healthy. She's got no health problems. Well, then it must be a case of Munchausen and malingering, even though you usually don't diagnose those things both together. Well, what do you know? What do you know? Gypsy was ill, right? A rare chromosome disorder. If Feldman would have been told Gypsy had a rare chromosome disorder, he wouldn't have touched this case with a 10-foot pole. He would have said, oh, because he said at first he was like, no, he dismissed it because he assumed by her appearance probably, right? And other things. That girl's sick. There's something not right with that girl. And because there's something not right with her, it can't be Munchausen. There was something going on else. She had some other disorder. Well, he was right about that. But then the mainstream media told Feldman, no, she's healthy. She's healthy. That's the expert. That's the expert, right? That's this third expert here, Dr. Mark Feldman. He never saw the medical records, okay? He was hired to do the HBO, whatever documentaries he was in, to opine his opinion based on Google, mainstream media sources. That's where he got his knowledge of the case. He was not hired by Gypsy's defense. He was just the big expert that Gypsy and Bree and all of them love to say, he's the biggest expert in Munchausen. He said Gypsy, he said Dee Dee had it. Yeah, well, no, that's a house of cards. That's smoke and mirrors. No, he didn't. And he didn't have the information that she was ill. The next doctor down is Dr. Robert Denny. Well, what the hell? Dr. Robert Denny, that was the guy that the psychologist called. He is the clinical psychologist called by the prosecution during Nick Godejohn's trial. He testified about Godejohn's psychological state. Dr. Denny didn't see any of the records because the records were withheld. And he was talking about Nick. He was hired to talk about Nick, not Gypsy. How is he an expert on Gypsy? He's not. He's an expert on Nick because he actually went over Nick's records. He actually interviewed Nick, right? He actually assessed Nick clinically a few times. So, but he's not an expert on Dee Dee or Gypsy. That's crazy. Now, last but not least, Dr. Bernardo Flasterstein. Who's Flasterstein? He's that guy that said in one note that Dee Dee had, he suggested there's a possibility of Munchausen by proxy. That's that guy. But what else did Flasterstein said? The same thing that Feldman said. Flasterstein said, this may be Munchausen, but there's something else going on here that I may not know about. That whole unknown etiology argument, right? That he writes about. There's some unknown causes going on with Gypsy. He knew there were symptoms, that Gypsy had some legitimate symptoms. And he said, maybe there's some like kind of rare disorder. Well, you were right, Dr. Flasterstein. There was a rare disorder. It was a microdeletion. Okay. So down he goes. He didn't have all the information either. All right. Nope. He's not an expert on it at all. Plus, he said, if there's some other disorder here, kind of what Feldman said, if there's some other disorder here that I don't know about, then it probably isn't Munchausen. That's what he was saying. Same thing as what Feldman said. All right. The next thing it quotes is saying that over her life, Gypsy Rose was taken to more than 100 doctors by her mother. What? Look, I don't know how many doctors Gypsy saw. I have no idea. I'm sure there's quite a few, but I can tell you one thing. Dee Dee wasn't doctor shopping. She went to the same doctors. She didn't hop doctors. She didn't, no, she stayed with the same doctors. I don't know if there was 100. I think that's probably kind of a big number. I really don't think so. I mean, we're talking about specialists. I don't know where that number comes from. It's kind of crazy. And so that's it. That's the list. That's the list. That's it. There's nothing else. There's nothing else. There's no one else they can point to. Now I have just explained to you how come this is such a big deal. How come I'm crazy over this? Because I'm not really a crazy person, and I really didn't want to spend 2 years of my life on this, to be honest with you. But this is a huge story. This is a huge deal. There's so many elements of this. All right. How is the chat going? I know I'm a little crazy tonight. Well, not crazy, just passionate tonight. Let's take a look at what else is going on in chat. Let me just take a breather here and see what's going on with you guys. Okay, Nurse Sherry, I got to you. Pat's Pajama, I got to you already. Bonnie Cruz, I think Ohama. Okay, Kimmy Talks Finance, got to you. Okay, Mackenzie McLeod, $1.49 super sticker. Thank you, Mackenzie. Thank you so much for being here. Carolina Girl, $2. Oh, don't worry, guys. I have more show. I'm just taking a little breather so that I can thank some of you guys for being here because seriously, I do this because of you guys. I mean, you guys keep me going and keep me passionate about doing this. So I really want to take time to thank all of you guys. Susie, 9.99 pounds, another one of our overseas followers. And thank you so much, Susie. I appreciate you being here. Brittany G, I can't see your last name. Brittany G, $1.99. Justice for Dee Dee. Thank you, Becca. Thank you, Brittany, for being here. Down the Rabbit Hole, $4.99 super sticker. Thank you, Down the Rabbit Hole. I appreciate you so much. Oh, I know your name now. 1 ounce of Jameson. Remember the last live? I'm like, what is this? Something Jameson? Now I know. I know who you are now. 1 ounce of Jameson. Thank you for being here. Everyone liked the live. Thank you. Pink is My Lifestyle, $2 super sticker. Miss Green. Hold on. Glasses. Oh, Miss Gremlin. Yep. Miss Gremlin Lucky. 1999. Love you, Becca. Thank you, Miss Gremlin Lucky. Thank you so much. 877 Swiss Miss. $2 super sticker. BL McKenna, $20. My family and friends think I'm silly. For keeping up with Jip Jip. But I'm like you, just wait. You know what? Just wait. They're going to be talking about this. And then they're going to turn to you and go, oh, now I know why you were so like obsessed with this. This is crazy. Yeah, it's going to get out. And it is crazy. I'm not a crazy person. I know that. So yeah, it's going to get out. All right. Hello, Starlight, my good friend. Love you, Becca, and love the community. Thank you so much, Hello Starlight. Thank you for the $9.99. I appreciate you, girl. Love you, girl. Lisa Dupree, $1.99 super sticker. Thank you. Jack and Pickles Vlogs, $10. She says, I used to do creative development for reality programming. Oh, wow. Before a season films, producers have to know the storyline. Therefore, Gypsy already knew she was going to leave Ryan for Ken. Oh, wow. That's a great point. Thank you for the insider baseball on that. I love that. All right. Oma's Love, member for 3 months. Thanks, thank Oma. Me, some Becca Scoops. Did you get my email? I probably did, Oma. I'll double check. If you could resend it, I'd appreciate that. All right. Shannon Tabor, $4.99. Love you, Becca Scoops. Love you back, Shannon. All right. Lori, I can't see your last name. Lori M. Sorry. $5 super sticker. Blanche, $50. Thank you so much. Super generous. My dear Becca, you are amazing, my friend. I will always continue to follow you. By the way, I enrolled. You'll love you. Oh, I emailed you. Love you. Oh, thank you so much, Blanche. Thank you so much. I'll be on the lookout for that email. $5 from, sorry, from Gall. If I was a murderer and a cluster B chimera, I'd also be tweaking about everything people are saying about me online. Love everything you do. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I'd be like, wow, I'm going down. If I was her, I'd be like, I'm going down. Maybe I just need to like come out with the truth now. I agree with that. It's Mayroda, I think, gifted 5, and I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Gifted 5 Becca Scoop memberships. Super generous. Thank you so much. Very generous. Bobby J gifted 1 Becca Scoops membership. Thank you. Of course, we've got Lanky Tour, $49.99. Oh, wow. You're spoiling me. Thank you, guys. Dee Dee was facing down 17 stab wounds. Thank you, Lanky Tour. Thank you for your support. Thank you so much. Very humbled by it. Oma's Love, another one, 1999. Becca, when Gypsy ran away to go see Dan in the hospital with all the doctors and nurses at Mercy that could have taken care of Gypsy, you're telling me no one recognized her or saw her walking in and out of the hospital? Why or why not? That's a great point. I think possibly it was at Cox. I could be wrong, but still, Gypsy was also a patient at Cox South. Possibly because they were used to, it's kind of like that Where's Waldo? They were used to seeing her in a wheelchair maybe, and maybe without not a wig. And here comes this person walking in. But it is a good point. If you look at that face, the face is very memorable. The face is very memorable. So I'm not sure. Not sure. Hildy Norway, $20. Name a Facebook group without link. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't know what the name of the Facebook group is, but I think I do have the link in the chat. And I apologize for that. Getting ready for the live. Sometimes I miss things. I'm so sorry about that. Kristen Pania, $1.99 super sticker. Kristen Pania, also a $4.99 super sticker. Dazed and confused. Thank you. Thank you, Christina. Christina Pania. I think I'm saying that right. I think I'm saying your last name. Well, could be Panella. Could be Panella or Pania. Probably Panella. Yeah. See, double L's. If it's Hispanic name, it's a Y sound. I don't know. But I thank you so much, Christina. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Dazed and confused. $10. Becca, you're the best. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Dazed and Confused. Thank you for being here in the chat. Lisa Evans, $5. Becca, you're on fire. You have done more research than any of the journalists. Well, I appreciate you saying that. And it's probably a little bit of a low bar. I'm just making a joke. But yes, I think I have too. Thank you so much. Sarah gifted 1 Becca Scoops membership. Thank you. Blanche gifted 1 Becca Scoops membership. Lydia, $19.99. Thank you, Becca, for all you do. You must work around the clock. Well, not around the clock. I do take my time outs, but yes, this has been a very full-time job for me. Donna London, something I can't see the last part, has become a new member. Donna, welcome to the Becca Scoops family. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Really appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna pause there and get back to the show. Thank you guys for everything. I will get more to your comments and everything as we go along here. All right. So where am I at now? Yeah. Let's well, you know what? Let's have another kind of maybe another palette cleanser. Um Here is Bree claiming, and I don't know why she claimed this. This again is just a funny little palette cleanser that probably Gypsy does have a personality disorder. I find this funny, and I'll tell you why after we take a listen.
She absolutely might. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I know she has PTSD. And I don't I'm not saying she doesn't have personality disorder, but I've never seen a record or heard her say that herself, so I just don't know for sure. She might though. I probably have a personality disorder, to be honest.
Oh yeah, me too, girl.
I mean, of course she has some sort of mental illness and psychological, damage. I mean, there's no way she could escape that.
So if anyone just has any kind of a knowledge about psychology or psychiatry, unless it's changed since I was in nursing school, personality disorders are not something, that you're going to like totally boast about. They're not. Let me preface it this way. There's a lot of good people that have personality disorders. Let me open it with saying that way. Okay. There's a lot of different. When we talk about the cluster B personality disorders and personality disorders in general, they are separate from like schizophrenia or bipolar. And here's why. So personality disorders, they're pretty sure, in some cases, maybe not, but pretty sure that it's not like you can take medication and cure it. So for example, schizophrenia, you hear voices, right? You see things that aren't there. Well, there's real drugs because there's something in the brain that's wrong that they were born with. Something genetic went on in the brain, right? That they're born with. And you can take medication like having diabetes and you take insulin, right? Same thing with like schizophrenia. But when you talk about the personality disorders, a lot of times, especially when you're talking about like antisocial, which I believe allegedly, in my humble opinion, based on a lot of things, even other people have said this that are professionals, not just me, that Gypsy has this. This is not something that you want to get on the rooftop and say, hey, I got antisocial personality disorder. No, that's like the worst thing ever. That's like, right? That's like serial killers have that, right? You don't, and not everyone that has antisocial is a serial killer, but you follow what I'm saying. These are people that can't feel empathy. These are people that are either sociopath or psychopaths, right? And so it was just comical to me that Bree's up there going, well, I don't know, maybe she does have a personality disorder. Because Bree doesn't know what she's talking about. She wouldn't be shouting that from the rooftops if she knew what that was all about, right? All right. Just got every time I got to shake my head. Got to shake my head. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Now when we talk about Gypsy, actually, why is she going around trying to take a private Facebook group out? Why is she all of a sudden, right? She's been out of prison for almost 2 years. So what? Where is the fire? Right? For I have to go Operation Cockroach. I've got to squelch that Facebook group. I got to silence that content creator. By the way, because I almost forgot, now that I'm on this topic, I wanted to show you this thing. Where is it? You guys know the content creator Morgan Elena? Gypsy just copyright struck her channel also. So going along with this whole theme that Gypsy is spending every waking hour, I don't know who's taking care of the baby, but every waking hour she is spending trolling around the internet, copyright striking content creators, taking down private Facebook groups. She is rolling around the internet acting like a little Hitler, trying to stifle free speech, basically. That's what she's all about. Now, I'm sure, I'll show it again. I'm sure Morgan Elena that used that video about, it says a TikTok live, Gypsy Rose and Ken, TikTok live. She's Gypsy and Ken struck her channel for that. I'm sure it was fair use. I'm sure she was commenting on it, which means it's fair use, which means it's not a copyright strike. And why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Because you're trying to stifle free speech, because you're scared. You're scared the truth is coming like a truth train. Where's my truth train? It's like the truth movement is coming. It's coming and you're freaking out. You're over on Wikipedia. You're over on Facebook. You're everywhere trying to stifle everyone. God forbid people have free speech about you, right? Thank God we're not in communist China. But that's what Gypsy wants it to be like, you know? Everyone's got to shut up. How dare you talk about her? How dare you criticize her? Well, it's America, Gypsy. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know what you're going to do. We have a little thing called free speech here. It's the First Amendment. You may get Facebook to take down those groups, and they're going to appeal, and they're going to appeal, okay? But you're not going to stifle every voice. You can't do it. Can't do it. You copyright strike Morgan Elena, copyright strike other people. Go ahead, do it. Do it. Do it. So why is she doing, what is she scared of? Well, I think I know the answer to that, okay? And I think it started when that content creator, Bailey Sarian, right, listened to her audience and took out that Gypsy Rose part. I found another content creator named Dustin, is it Bailey? I don't know what his last name is. He's in my description box. He has over 200,000 followers. And this is what he put out. This is part of his video.
Shit. And I think that Bailey ended up addressing it in the best way possible by deleting this shit and not giving Gypsy any more time in front of her audience.
I was reading the comment section and I seem to miss a lot with the Gypsy Rose update. Like, I completely missed all of the, I just completely missed all of the, there's like people who came out and have said she's lying. A lot I missed with the Gypsy Rose case. So I ended up cutting a section of the video. It's up right now. I cut like 40 minutes, but the video is still almost an hour. So it's still long. But I just wanted to let you know, like, I ended up cutting the Gypsy Rose stuff. Thanks to everyone in the comments letting me know that I missed a lot. I just cut the Gypsy Rose part. It was just better to play. Just cut it. I got it wrong. Cut it. No questions asked. Girl needs to do some more. I need to do some more digging. Okay, sorry about that. But I appreciate the people who pointed it out to me.
I apologize. It got dark really, really quick. But I'm like Bailey. I did not know that all this stuff was going on with Gypsy Rose. I didn't know that all this stuff about her being in the wheelchair and her not being able to walk. I did not know that that was concocted. I did not know that her mom did not do all these things that she accused of her in all these books and all these different TV shows. And that's why you should go check out Audrey. But as far as everything goes with Bailey, I'm not blaming her for this. Because in my opinion, this is something that the media wants hidden. They can't make money off of it if they don't spin her mom into this evil, horrible monster. But that's just my 2 cents. But if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. And if this is your first time here, please.
All right. So I put, I gave him a thanks. If you guys want to go see hit 200,000 followers, 200,000. And Morgan Elena, if you're listening to this, appeal that bullshit. I'm sure it's fair use. Email me if you want. Okay. I'll help you out. But you know what? F her. Bring it on. Go ahead. Do it. Because all of it is fair use. I know most of the content creators that are covering Gypsy all use clips as fair use. It's fair use. A TikTok clip, if it's not from Lifetime, right? It's not from like that, then it's fair use. I get, like, I have to, sometimes I get in trouble because, I push the envelope with the Lifetime stuff. And yeah, that's definitely copyright, and you're not going to fight them. But you know what? That's her TikTok that she made public. It's fair use. Now, if you just take their whole TikTok video and just post it and don't say anything, okay, that's yeah, you can't do that. But if you would call transform it, meaning you're commenting on it, you're playing a little bit, you stop it, you're commenting on it, You're giving your opinion on it. That comes under fair use. But Gypsy doesn't care because she's like little Hitler running around the internet. She's like little Joseph Stalin running around, No free speech here. Not in this Gyp verse. I'm the sheriff of the Gyp verse. I'm the sheriff. It's my Gyp verse, and I'll decide who's going to talk and who's not going to talk. Well, no, that's not how we're going to play this. Nope, not going to do it. Sorry. But go ahead, take your best shot. Go ahead, do it. I dare you. Do it. All right. So I think that's why she's coming out and doing all this. I really do. I think she sees like now there's some really Bailey Sarian, over 8 million followers. This Dustin guy, 200,000 followers. You got this Anna Templeton who did a whole video, 34,000 followers. Yeah, a little panic setting in, right? Then she's got her chief lieutenant who's like running around, freaking out, right? Bree, if you guys are new to the case and there's new people, Gypsy has her little cult following, her little inner sanctum. Some people call them the geriatric crowd because a few of them are old timers like me. But yeah, they're running around and they're just freaking out all over TikTok, trying to say, no, don't say anything bad about Gypsy, because they know what's coming. If any of them have common sense, maybe one or two of them might, I don't know, but then they're following Gypsy. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, so she's freaking out. So I do have a clip. Wait a minute. Before I want to save that clip. This is Bree Rick really freaking out, but I want to save that for last. We have another smaller content creator that also just dipped into the Gypsy verse, and I'm going to post a little bit of her video. She's going by the YouTube name Mothership, and I thought it was a unique approach to this. And so let's take a look at this clip, and you'll find this whole video, the link in my description box.
Her real tone, her real inflection. For years, the world believed one story, that Dee Dee Blanchard was a monster who made her daughter sick for attention. But the medical records, the timelines, and the science tell a very different story. In this video, we give Dee Dee the voice she was never allowed to use. Through advanced AI reconstruction, you'll hear her own words, her real tone, her real inflection, restored from the records she left behind. This isn't fiction. This is the other side of the Gypsy Rose Blanchard story, told at last in Dee Dee's own voice.
They called me a monster. They said I made Gypsy sick, that I built a life on lies. But those who judged me never sprung to action at 3 a.m. when my infant daughter stopped breathing. They never saw her choke on food or cry when she couldn't swallow. They didn't sleep next to her for years in case she aspirated. I wasn't perfect, but I was a devoted mother, working with a medical system that couldn't fully understand my child and doing my best to give her an amazing life. The world saw a headline, Munchausen by proxy, got excited and blindly accepted it as truth, when in actuality, they were fed a carefully crafted tale that was anything but the truth. I lived a stressful life with a child born with a chromosomal disorder that no one could explain, all while raising her alone and doing my very best. This is my story, not the one told by reporters or lawyers, but the facts from evidence, and told with the help of many insightful women who dug deeper into my case, some of them mothers to medically complicated children. For years, only one voice was heard, Gypsy's. Her victim-filled documentaries. Her words shaped a legend, and her story was told as if it were gospel. But truth isn't born from sympathy. It's built from evidence, from medical records, from the quiet details no one cared to read. The media never looked past what they were told, never asked how a mother with no relatable criminal record, no history of abuse, and doctors by her side could be branded as a fraud. The truth is, I didn't create Gypsy's illness. I fought it. And I paid the ultimate price for loving her too much in a world that only understood too little. Gypsy murdered me, but that wasn't enough. Since then, she has spent every breath trying to destroy my memory in effort to support her false claims of medical, emotional, and physical abuse. Her accusations stem from her real medical issues that have been twisted into a fictional story riddled with abuse. Today, I reveal the truth behind her lies. Gypsy had health issues from birth. I was on high alert all the time with monitor alarms reminding me that I was not allowed to rest, because as soon as I finally relax a little, that apnea alarm would strike me back to the harsh reality. I had a sick baby, and nobody knew why. You don't know what it's like to be jolted awake because your baby's not breathing and watch her turn blue as you frantically try to get her to take a breath, yelling, "Gypsy, Gypsy girl, come on now, breathe, breathe possum, breathe, breathe, please breathe." That fear never.
Yeah, it's an interesting video. It is an interesting way to get justice for Dee Dee. Definitely, it's moving. And if you guys want to take a look at that, you'll find the description in the link in my description box below. So yeah, go ahead and take a look at that. It's kind of sad. Well, it's not kind of sad. It is sad. It's sad to think about it, to actually imagine. Yeah, the alarm went off. That happened. We know that happened. Gypsy's grandfather says it happened. He actually has memories of it. And there's no reason to lie about that. Why would he lie about that? You know? So, yeah, that she stopped breathing. And if, the funny thing is, if Dee Dee wouldn't have taken care of Gypsy, probably could have died, possibly as an infant. So yeah, that's another one. That's a smaller creator. The channel name is Mothership. And yeah, I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Okay, so let's go ahead and yeah, Bree's crashing out. Bree's crashing out. So I was just like, okay, let's go ahead and let me bring up the clip. Okay, get ready for it. And then there's some weird sounds that go on during this video. I'll try to point them out.
Okay. Audrey. Where you at, Audrey?
Bree is having a war with the content creator that you guys know over on TikTok named Audrey. I'm sure everybody knows who she is. She's done a lot of good work on the case, and Bree is flipping out over her. So here we go.
Her script is fucking AI. Talking about jokes, like, watch. I'm gonna let y'all watch her video. And look, remember when I called her out for making like jokes of all like invalidating disabled people who have disabilities, making fun of special need. Just watch the screen. This is the reason. Remember, she said I talked about her child, but really I was talking about her as a parent, like knowing that. You'll see. Fucking disgusting. What does it say? Gypsy's bestie makes them look slow once again. Oh, what a great choice of words, Audrey. And look, it says another fail for Brie without the facts, but she's about to feel real fucking dumb. And you know what? She does have so many more followers than me since she has a bogus ass story. But I mean, doesn't mean she's telling the truth. She absolutely Brie seems like she's leading Gypsy along the story at top. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. She absolutely tells her the story. Sometimes it's weird, as Brie would say. Wait, you see, this is how little she knows. People don't realize that Gypsy never, while she was in prison, got to see any of her medical records or anything like that. She never got to go over them. Like, and you got to think, after going through all of that and you're getting out of prison, the first thing that you'd think to do is not go through that. Whereas people like, you, Audrey, and everybody else, we've looked into a lot of shit, right? Well, I've looked into as many medical records that I possibly could have access to, thousands more than you. And there are things like Gypsy didn't know that she got a swallow study 7 years after her feeding tube was placed. Yes, she didn't know that. So the fuck what if I'm the one to tell her? She doesn't know it because she never got a chance to look through everything.
I don't understand what the point is here. Okay, so Gypsy doesn't know anything about her medical records. I mean, I think I'd want to know, right? I mean, but okay, so what? I don't understand why this is a point, but this is the point that Bree wants to make. But it gets worse.
Like that, I don't understand why that's weird to you. You know, like I just don't get that. Like y'all act like y'all know more than like, wait, you know what's actually really ironic? Look at Susan. She was so confidently wrong. Bitch, I'm about to prove you. What's so crazy? Bree seems like she's leading Gypsy along the story, and then she says she absolutely tells her the story sometimes. Don't y'all do that every day? Don't y'all try to tell her what her story is every fucking day?
Arrested in Big Bend.
It's so crazy how what's the difference between me telling her the story that I got from the records that is the truth and you telling your fairy tale story? What's the difference? Hypocrisy. Like you tell her story the way you want to every day, but I okay.
Bree had this.
What rugs is she on? And watch when y'all see my analysis compared to hers.
Yeah, wait till we see Bree's analysis. It's really something.
Say on the live.
Because my proxy is not just it's the exaggeration, the fabrication, and inducing. It's all three of those things. So on that paper that talks about Tucker's not being in the system, okay, at the bottom it says, strong possibility of much by proxy. Everybody's always like, what about the next line? I'm just going to say that. Okay, so next line doesn't say or, it says with maybe some unknown underlying ideology or something. And what that means, people take that as a meaning, or maybe there's underlying cause that no. With maybe some underlying, you know what that means? That is like the fucking definition, basically, of much by proxy. Taking something, so many victims, this is what happens. They have a child that has this sickness.
So basically, her claim is because it says with, that means the doctor is saying Munchausen plus Gypsy's actually sick. And during this, she tells Gypsy, ask AI, because it'll explain everything to you. So, Bree, I asked AI.
Good.
You're right.
You're gonna hear some sniffs in the background here. I don't, okay.
And I put the exact quote.
Just that though, because you ain't got a brain that works that well.
And an unknown etiology, or is it could be one or the other. Forgive my typo. It had been before coffee.
Sure.
It says it's not saying that the mother has
What was that?
both MVP and an unknown etiology. It's saying the doctor suspects Munchausen, but also leaves room for the possibility that there is some real unknown medical cause for the child's symptoms.
So confident, watch.
It means one or the other. And I confirmed. So the doctor is saying it's one or the other, and it says exactly yes. Anyways, I'm going to let you and your bestie finish out this video.
Oh, we are.
I love epic fails. I just did.
That's the thing. You ready? Y'all ready? Because you're ready to be confidently. She was so confident. She always says, I'm ready for, watch this, y'all. Watch someone who does their due diligence and not just puts the quote into AI. And y'all, let me tell you, not only did I do this, I did it in two different things. I did it in ChatGPT and Gemini. And I also only put the statement that she wrote so you can see the difference. Okay. So now which one do you think we should go off of? The one with just
like a medical professional? I don't know, like a medical professional reading it? Yeah, I would go with a medical professional that knows how to read doctor's notes, maybe, but you go ahead.
Just the quote or the one with the document in it? I would say the one in the document with it, but after I show you this, I'm going to show you actually something better that triumphs both of ours. Okay. All right. So let's get to my. Okay.
What was that? What was that? I mean, all right, back it up.
That she wrote so you can see the difference. Okay. So now which one do you think we should go off of? The one with just the quote or the one with the document in it? I would say the one in the document with it. But after I show you this, I'm going to show you actually something better that triumphs both of ours. Okay? Okay. All right. So let's get to my... Okay. Okay. All right.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not going to say anything. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, wait, let me put me in a box that I do sometimes. This what it says. What it says. All right. Wait, let me put me in a box.
Okay, so that's that. Okay, that's that. Okay, and there's one more. All right, and then it gets really crazy. Let me just another like really short one here that I was just. It's a continuation.
Medical evidence. In other words, the mother is reporting illnesses that.
So this is her now. She's put like this whole medical record into Chat GPT. This is a continuation. I just had to. There just came in 2 little audio files, but yeah, she's continuing on with her. I don't know what's happening. I'm
do
just
not match test results or past medical records. The highlighted statement. Analyzing all the facts, you already know what that means. Let's break it down. Analyzing the facts. He reviewed Gypsy's test results, MRG, EEG, lab results, Gypsy's history from past providers, Gypsy's physical examination. The facts don't support the illness Dee claims.
She's trying to, this is that one, that one doctor's note where he suggests that Dee may have Munchausen. And this is what is just made Bree crash out because Audrey made a video actually kind of accurately saying what the doctor was trying to say. And now Bree is trying to counter that by this. And then you'll see why this just gets really weird and why the mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Who's this? After talking to our previous pediatrician, he contacted Gypsy's long-term doctor, Dr. Garcia, according to the first page. The doctor confirmed Gypsy did not have muscular dystrophy, and past testing already proved it. So multiple medical professionals agree there is no medical basis for the mother's claims. Strong possibility of Munchausen by proxy. Munchausen by proxy equals a caregiver fabricates or causes illness in someone, usually a child, to get medical attention or sympathy. The doctor is strongly suspecting the mother is creating the narrative that Gypsy is sick. He is not saying Gypsy is faking anything. He is saying Dee is making Gypsy appear sick, with maybe some underlining unknown etiology.
With that's the key. That's the key. And she can't stand it. One, I don't know if she even understands what that means. I don't think so. Well, in fact, I know she doesn't. It means if there's something else going on, like a rare disorder, then it's not probably Munchausen. That's in a nutshell, that's what this doctor said. Okay? It's 100%. All right? So let's hear what she's going to try to say now, though, which I listened to this and I'm like, what are you trying to say? This is what gets me with, if people ask me like, oh, you need to, why don't you debate Bree, blah, blah. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. I'm trying to get a handle at her thought processes. Here's the rest of it. Let's see what she proves here. Let's see her big, finale of the proof of whatever she's trying to say here. See if you can figure it out.
This is the doctor being medically cautious, just in case there is some small medical issue that they haven't identified yet.
Small medical issue they haven't identified yet. You mean like a chromosome disorder? I don't know what she's trying to say. Yes, that's what this says. The doctor's like, if there's something else, then it's not Munchausen. If there's something else, another unknown etiology, if her symptoms are coming from an unknown etiology, meaning an unknown cause, then it's not Munchausen. But she doesn't grasp that. She's not grasping. She's saying it, but she's not grasping it.
In doctor language, this means while I suspect abuse, Munchausen by proxy, I'm acknowledging that there could be a minor unknown medical issue, but nothing supports the major.
Wait, but you're glossing right over that. And it wasn't minor either. It was pretty damn big. A rare chromosomal disorder. But she just goes right past that because she doesn't understand how to read or comprehend or common sense. You can't debate someone like this. There's no debate.
Major illnesses the mother claims, the major, because cerebral palsy is not no little unknown etiology, like.
No, but a chromosome disorder is a little unknown etiology. Am I this is why I just want to like tear my hair out when I hear her. I'm like, where is the brain not, the synapses aren't synapsing. The synapses in the brain, they're not synapsing.
You don't just have cerebral palsy and nobody's been able to figure out whether.
Where did cerebral palsy come from? Where did that come from in this doctor's note? Do you see what I mean? This is nonsense. This is crazy. This is crazy talk. I don't know if she actually believes it or if she's gaslighting on purpose, if she's being stupid on purpose. I don't know. There's just like 3 seconds left of this.
You really do. Like, that's not how it works. So, yeah, the minor medical issue, but nothing supports the major.
Well, it ended up being a pretty major issue, though. I don't understand. Help me, God. Help me understand how this woman thinks.
Illnesses the mother claims. It's a legal plus medical way to cover himself. Doctors have to be careful when accusing abuse.
Okay, AI. I guess that's what the AI thought. And that could be. Yeah, maybe he said that to cover himself legally. That's not the point. The point is the unknown etiology. It was a rare disorder, right? The Dr. Flasterstein was writing, this could be Munchausen, or these symptoms might have an unknown etiology, and then it wouldn't be a Munchausen. That's it. We don't need to talk about it for 5 minutes, throw it into AI to have it spit out something. It's simple. It's simple if you understand how a doctor writes, okay? It's even if you don't understand how a doctor writes, you can get it. It's not difficult. So I don't know what's going on. You can't debate somebody like this because their synapses aren't synapsing. You got to have synapsing to debate. Okay. I mean, that's all I'm going to say on that, right? All right, guys, how are we doing? I hope you guys enjoyed that. I don't know. I just found that crazy, just mind numbing. I don't know how people listen to her for hours on end. I couldn't even take doing that with her for a couple of minutes. You know what I mean? All right, guys, let me get back to the chat here and see what's going on over here. All right. Oakley, $10. Thank you. Oakley writes, can you try to talk to Nancy Grace about the proof you have about this case? Maybe she can report on it. I would love to talk to her. I would be happy to email her. So thank you for the suggestion. Lee, and I would love to talk to her. Of course, I would love to talk to her, Lee, $2. Thank you for your dedication to the truth. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the truth movement, Lee. Lisa Dupree, $4.99 super sticker. And Sarah, $5. She writes, thank you for being batshit passionate about the case and bringing the truth. You're quite welcome, Sarah. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of the truth movement. Is it Mayroda became a new member? I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Thank you so much. I appreciate you becoming a part of the Becca Scoops family. Real Talk with Allie, $5 super sticker. Thank you so much, Allie. Is it Kayla's? $1.99. Thank you for all you do. Thank you, Kayla's. Chosen Disciple, $9.99. The truth train has left the station. Get off the track, GRB. It's coming for you. Choo, choo. Absolutely. Truth train's coming. Get off the track. Get off the track, Gypsy. It's going to run you over. All right, Karma J, $2. Super sticker. Love you, Becca Scoops. Love you back, Karma. AM has become a new member. Welcome, AM. Welcome to the Truth Movement. Anna Alley, $13.99. Thank you all that you do, Becca. We love you. I love you guys so much. I really do love you guys. I'm not just saying that. I do love you guys. That's why I'm doing more lives. I love interacting with the chat. I have found something that I really like to do. I really like to do this. Tracy Kovacs, $4.99 super sticker. Thank you, Tracy. Lions Doth Reign. I love that name. $5. I'm so proud to be part of this truth movement and this amazing community. Thank you for all you do, Becca. Hashtag Operation Raid. Absolutely. Thank you, Lions. Thank you for being here. Heather has become a new member. Welcome to the truth movement, Heather. Anna Alley, also a new member. Welcome to the truth movement. Lacey, $1.99 super sticker. Thank you, Lacey. Estiana, £4.99. I think it's pounds. One of our overseas people. She writes, love the voice of the truth teller. Bree's voice is super annoying. Yeah, that's a nice way to put it. Thanks, Becca and chat, for being here. Absolutely. Absolutely. Mighty Mulatto, one of my old time people. No, totally love Mighty Mulatto. $2. Her magnum opus. Exactly. Thank you for that. Exactly. Christy Brown, $5. Thank you, Becca. You're doing awesome. Thank you. Thank you for the encouragement, Christy. Karen, $2. Love you, Becca. I love you back, Karen. Thank you. Love everyone in chat. Love you guys so much. Nova Kitty, $2. What if Bree knows it's a lie to cover? What if Bree knows it's a lie to cover? I don't know. I don't know what Bree knows or what she doesn't know. Seriously, it's been, 18 months. I've seen, audio clips of her on and off. I don't want to be mean, so I'm just going to stop right there. I don't know what's going on. It's synapses ain't synapsing. Carolina girl, $10. Great live, Becca. Thank you for all you do. Hashtag Operation Raid. Let's get hashtag Operation Raid going on all our comments. Let's do it. River Wanderer has become a new member. Welcome to the Truth Movement. Welcome to the Truth Train, River. So glad you're here. JWP Texas has become a new member. Welcome to you too. Thank you for joining our truth movement. Anarchy Faye, $2. Bree is the new Nick. She'd harm someone for Gypsy. You said it, not me, but I'm not going to deny that, Anarchy Faye. And Anarchy Faye is also a really smart lady, really knows a lot about the case, and I appreciate her being in chat. Appreciate the $2. Thank you, Anarchy Faye. All right, guys. I love you all. I love you all. I think, let me see if there's anything else. Would you guys like to, how long have we been going? Oh, it's almost 2 hours. You guys want one more thing? Should we do one more thing? Let's see. I always got one more thing. Let me see. Yeah, yep. I wanted to play this. These are palate cleansers. You guys probably have seen this. I want you guys, this is Gypsy walking, coming down that ramp. I slowed it up and stopped it at some points. And let's watch it together. And then I'm going to comment. This is, yeah, when she steps down there, that's pain. That's pain. That is someone who is having difficulty walking. Okay. No doubt about it. That is what you would see with someone with almost arthritis looking. That is something you would see maybe with, I mean, I'm 61 and I wouldn't walk like that. I do have a little bit of arthritis, but I could say I would not even walk like that. So, this is someone like 80-ish, you know, holding on, having to turn the body, kind of gingerly stepping down. That really floored me when I saw that. I was like, wow, she really does have some issues walking, and I thought maybe she had outgrown a lot of that stuff, a lot of the medical stuff that she had as a kid due to the microdeletion. She did outgrow, like she doesn't need the G tube anymore, I was kind of floored by that. I want to leave you guys with a little reminder that Gypsy always tells on herself. And way back when she was on parole, she warned us, didn't she? Didn't she warn us that when she got off parole, she was coming? Here, remember this oldie but goodie.
Right to stand up for myself if somebody wants to talk shit to me. 32 freaking years old. I have a right to stand up for myself if somebody wants to talk shit to me. Now being as I am on parole right now, I can't do that. People got me by the short and curlies on that one. But best believe I won't always be on parole.
Best believe. You got me by the short and curlies, but I won't always be on parole. Yeah, right? That's when she launched her Operation Cockroach. But as I said prior, I believe she is scared shitless right now. All right? That Bailey Sarian, that other guy coming for her, and all of you are the truth movement. I'm looking at the chat. You are the truth movement. You're scarier than 8 million. You want to know why? Because you're on it. You know the facts of this case. When you get in a comment section, you're saying, let me tell you this. Go to this link. You guys are making this happen. I'm just a humble servant. I'm just one of the voices here. But I am nowhere near as important as you guys are. You guys are doing this. And we're getting there. We're getting there. I have a meeting on Thursday with some people about the behind the scenes stuff. I'm going to talk to them. These are people you would know. And yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there. Some of it, and you can appreciate this, some of these people, not only are they reluctant in some ways, but they're also traumatized. What we all know, they didn't know until I told them. People close to the case. So that's when I said the first interaction I had with some of these people, there was actual crying. They made me cry. I was listening to them and the pain in their voice, and I started crying. And it takes a lot for me to cry. So just know, you guys are the truth train. You guys are going to get it out there. All right. And we're working all together. We're using all our talents. I'm talking about just from the regular people that are in chat, commenting, that are, you know, on TikTok making comments, to the people that are helping mod different, you know, like the people that are helping me mod. I've got people behind the scenes. I've got, you know, there's people like Hello Starlight that have been on top of this even before I was on top of this. There's so many people that are, you know, doing what we need to do. So we're getting there. And I want you guys to know we're getting there. I can't make any promises like, I know by this date that all of this will happen. I can't say this. But for a woman that's been alive for 61 years, and I'm a realist, I'm not an optimist and I'm not a pessimist. But as a realist, I do believe we are going to see the whole truth come out and get into the mainstream. I do believe that. I can't promise that, but I believe it. I believe it. And I wouldn't be spending my time, right? My time doing this if I didn't believe it. Okay. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. I want to thank all of my mods. I want to thank everyone in chat. You guys have been amazing. This has been another amazing live. Thank you guys for being here. For those of you watching on the replay, I want to thank you. Thank you. You guys are probably working, couldn't make the live, but God bless you for watching the replay. It means so much to me. All right, guys, I will be doing another live within a couple days. I'm just going to keep doing these. Just going to keep doing these because they're effective. It seems to be working. So thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the evening, and I'll be seeing you real soon. I love you all. Keep doing what you're doing. It's working. Becca Scoops out. Good night, guys.